Greetings everyone, Eric here, and welcome back to another product review. This one's going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to be reviewing any drawing tools. Instead, I'm going to be reviewing this little guy. This is the Behringer Xenyx 302 USB. It's basically a audio interface, and it hooks up through USB to your computer. Now, you're probably asking, what's an audio interface? Very simple. It takes a direct input from a microphone or instrument jack, and it sends it a digital signal to your computer. Basically, this allows you to take a good microphone. Let's say you got a really good microphone, but it uses like XLR, which is kind of the rounder, thicker jack that has the 3 plugs in it. It takes that, which normally your computer can't read, and you would have to get an adapter to read it. And usually the adapters, they skimp on quality sometimes. It's unfortunately, but it happens. But anyway, you plug the microphone directly into this device, and then you can send it to your computer. Now, if you'll notice, it's got a lot of nice little stuff on it. And there's a lot of cool little features of this thing that allow you to control things like volume, the gain, which is just a boost. It has multiple types of input. In fact, the main input, which you can see right there on the picture, which I'll actually blow up a picture for you guys to see, is a 2-in-1. Now what that means is it has both XLR, but if you see that little middle section that looks like it's an extra jack, well, that allows you to plug in a standard, I think they're 1/4-inch connectors, basically the ones that guitars use to plug into an amplifier. So you could plug your guitar directly into this box and record your guitar signal. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, let's say you have a program like Bias Effects or other types of amp simulations on your computer. Well, this allows you to take the guitar signal from your guitar and record it cleanly directly into your computer and get a really good crisp signal. So that way when you send it through the amp simulator, it'll really feel like you're plugging directly into an amplifier because you're getting the direct signal from the guitar. Now, I'm using this right now. The reason I don't have it in my hand is because I'm using it right now with my microphone to record this audio, because the camera audio kind of sucks. It's kind of a, I mean, you can tell from the quality, it's not an amazing camera. It's, it's just a Nikon Coolplex, but it gets the job done. But yeah, the audio is being recorded, so that's why I'm the guy who keeps all the boxes for his stuff, because why not? Hey, it's coming in handy right now, isn't it? But yeah, it's an awesome little device. It's got perfect little control for each of the inputs, because it has multiple types of inputs. It's got the main input, which is the one you're seeing right there, which is your XLR/instrument input. That's your main one. And below it, you have gain setting, which is boosting. So if you turn up the gain, you're going to get a little bit of distortion, because that's kind of what gain does. It pushes things a little harder. Below that, you have your EQ settings, which is your high, your mids, and your lows, and that's a lot of technical stuff. I do not touch those. I leave those in their center positions, and then I do any EQing on the computer. And then right below that, you have your actual volume control for the output of this. And right now, I have it turned not that high, because I want to record this low, and then I boost it with a compressor later. And that's what you should do. Always, think about whatever you can do to your signal beforehand, before it gets to the computer, to keep it clean, to keep it crisp. That'll help you later on when you actually go to do all the final stuff. Now, I was going to do a lot of extra stuff as well. I've already tried this review once. But I was having a little bit of technical issues with the guitar I was using, because I was going to show you how it sounds with a guitar, but the volume and the input that you're going to get from a guitar directly, if you just listen back, it probably won't sound that impressive until it's put through an amplifier or a cabinet, which that's an unfortunate side effect of guitars, is that, yes, it's going to sound pretty nice when it's turned down, but the moment you try to boost it normally like I would with the microphone, it's just going to sound a little weird. So I figure it would do it a little bit of disservice if I were to use my amp simulator. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be doing a review of the microphone itself that I'm using right now. So when I do that, I'm actually going to take the time to record an acoustic guitar. So then you'll also hear how this thing handles a microphone with an acoustic guitar coming through it. And I might even try this with an amplifier and see how this thing, because I haven't actually tried this microphone with an amp, so I might try that. But anyway, the device, it's got multiple types of inputs. Now, the other inputs, I'm going to bring it up on a picture. So as you can see here, it's got multiple types of inputs on the top. So the first one, like I said, is your microphone input that gives you the XLR, but it also gives you instruments, and it's also phantom powered, which means if your microphone needs power, this interface will power the microphone. So keep that in mind when you get your microphone or when you check your interface. The one directly next to it is a line input. Now, this serves two purposes, because if you look directly below that, you'll notice there is a line/USB, and it has its own volume, its own EQ, and some buttons. This is for if you were to plug in the red and white input directly into this device, which a lot of cameras sometimes have them, TVs sometimes have them. But mainly a lot of like speaker systems have them, like really powerful speaker systems. They have those. You can plug them directly into here using the left and right channels, and you can control them. And basically what this also does is that same line/USB, any audio from your computer can be sent through the USB into this device. And you can listen to it over by where you see the power. You also see there's a headset slot. This allows you to plug in your headphones, which is the top one. And if your headphones have a microphone built in, then you can also plug the microphone into it. So you can use this while you're streaming as well, which is really awesome. But basically, the USB can also be sent from your computer to this device so you can monitor it in your ear. So if you're recording music, you can listen to what your music sounds like. But you'll notice there's some buttons, and the buttons are really important. The from basically says where you're getting it from, what audio you're listening to. Are you listening to the line input, or are you listening to the USB? And as you can see, if it's pressed in, you're getting USB play. If it's pressed again to where it's sticking up, you'll get the line in. So that's awesome. You can switch between the two depending on which one you're using. Now, directly next to that, you'll see a to. Now, to means what it's sending to. So if it's pressed in, it'll only send it to the headphones, which means you can hear it in your ears, but your audio, like whatever you're recording, won't pick it up, which is good if you're recording music. You want to be able to hear the music so you can sing or play to it, but you don't want to, record the music you're listening to because you've already got it on the computer and you want to be able to mix it. So that's cool, but it allows you to press in and it'll send it to the main mix. And the main mix is an output, which is really awesome. So the main mix is an output, and it sends through the two same left and right channel. That can send to a device, any other device, but it can also send to your computer. So if you have anything plugged into these, then it'll send it to a device. If not, it should send it directly through your USB, which is pretty cool. Now next to that, in between the line input and the main mix, you'll see a 2-track. Now this is just a very basic extra tracking system, so it gives you a third input basically. So you can send it to your headphones or you can send it to the main mix, which will eventually send it out to your computer. Now you also notice next to that there's phones. That's your headphones. That is the volume control for your headphones. That's all it does, that's all it's for, and that's all you really need to worry about with that. And below that is the main mix's volume control, which also gives you a clip option, which lets you know visually if it's glowing green or if it lights up, that means your microphone's clipping, and that means it's hitting the ceiling, it's going to start distorting. You want to avoid that, so that allows you to control that a little bit more. But as you can see, it comes with a lot of basic stuff that you can use for YouTube, for streaming, and for music. So this is an awesome little device. I love this little device. I'm using it right now, and I use it for my music. I use it to record guitar. I use it to record my microphone, all that kind of stuff. So I really love this tool. Now, Behringer makes bigger versions of these that have more of the XLR inputs. So if you really want something that has like 8 inputs, which, 8 of these things, you can get that. So you just have to look up the different models. This one is the one that comes with the XLR, and it comes with the 2 other inputs, the line in and the 2-track. So that's why it's called the 302 USB. So it's got basically up to 5 inputs if you really think about it, because the left and the rights can be used individually. So you got your main XLR, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you got a lot of inputs if you're smart at how you're using it. But obviously, the best quality is going to get you the XLR, so if you want, you can get a bigger one. They do make them. I would love to have one eventually for recording live drum tracks and all. But Anyway, it's a great tool. I use this every day. It's what I'm using right now. It's what I've been using for a while now. I just now got to being able to do a review of it. So if you like what you're hearing and you've liked what you've heard so far with just what I've done, then yeah, you know this thing's really good. So remember, it's the Behringer Xenyx 302 USB. I'll leave a link in the description to Amazon to where you can purchase one if you want. I highly recommend it if you're getting into streaming, getting into YouTube, music creation, all that stuff. Really comes in handy. So I know this was kind of a weird video. I didn't really do a lot, but like I said, I want to do a video for the microphone I use. Perfect timing. So yeah, I want to do a review of the microphone that I'm using, so I'm going to use that with maybe an amplifier and record some guitars and see how it handles up, because I don't even know. I've never tried this microphone on a amplifier, so I have 2 amplifiers that I'm going to give it a shot. So we'll see how that works. But I'll also use an acoustic guitar just to kind of be fair. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any ideas of things you'd like to see next, music-wise, art-wise, any of that kind of stuff, leave a comment. I've been reading your guys' comments. You've been really helping me out with some ideas for products that I can test out. Keep sending them to me. I love hearing your responses of what you guys think of the products too. If you've gotten one before, go ahead and tell me and how you think of it. If you have any questions about the products, leave them in the comments section, all that kind of stuff. Also, if you'd like to see more videos, you can hit the little button over here or the little button below to subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be up to date on anything else I post. So yeah, look forward to another review sometime soon. Hopefully, I want to get these about once a week kind of thing. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later!